All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim and my locker room youth movement producer Nikki Earnshaw, the Shoob, and the intern Andrew Leeds here. And, of course, we got a text board question at 609-403-0973. What Phillies will make the All-Star team? Which Phillies will make the All-Star team? And, Nick, what's your over and under?
Set it at 4.
Four is the over and under.
Four
Which players will make it? 609-403-0973. And also comment on Nikki Earnshaw's Shooby attire today with his black socks and slides. You don't go to the beach looking like that.
I do.
All right. Right, every Sunday we go on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene, sponsored by Blitz's Market in Ocean City, located at 21st and Asbury Avenue. Try their famous breakfast sandwiches, hoagies, gourmet burgers, and their vegetarian options. Online ordering is available at blitzesmarkets.com or give them a call at 609-399-9983. Start your day off with Blitz's freshly squeezed orange juice. Mention the locker room and get $1 off their 12 ounces of liquid sunshine. That's Blitz's Markets, 21st and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Let's go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome in our good friend, former Phillies pitcher, Tommy Greene. Good morning, Tina Greene.
Good morning, Billy. How are you doing, pal?
Well, I got to tell you, I don't know if this is a generational thing, Tommy, but I got these two young boys in here with me, and Nikki Earnshaw walks in here. Now, we're down at the coast. Keep in mind we are on the beach, okay? And I know that you guys stay in Wildwood, but he comes in here with high black socks and slides on. That's not cool, man.
No, we don't roll that way.
Now, Tommy, you see a lot of that in sports locker rooms. You see guys rolling in with socks and slides, but not at the coast, right?
No. You got to just wear flip-flops, man, and be barefooted, man.
Right, cruising shorts, go to the surf shop, get a nice pair of cruising shorts, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, you see these days, I know, some of you guys come in and they got hairy legs, and you're wearing those tube socks, and they ain't got no hair on the bottom. And I don't have any hair anyway, so it don't matter to me. But, I mean, look at that. It looks weird.
Tommy, I'm playing the part of the locker room. I'm walking in the locker room. I got the sports slides on with the Nike socks.
You're 4 miles from the beach. You don't look like that, dude.
Gonna get sand in there.
No,
dude.
you can't do that.
All right, Tommy Greene. Let's bring up some facts here. Some great Phillies starting pitching that got off the grade. There was a guy back in '93. He started 8-0 with a 1.87 ERA, and he finished the season the rest of the way. He went 8-4 with a 4.49 ERA. His name was Tommy Greene. Tommy, take us back. What was it? How much pressure was it when you got off to such a great start like Ranger Suarez is? And even though he got hurt last night, he still pitched 2 innings, didn't give up any runs, lowered his ERA. Unfortunately, got hurt. But talk about the pressure that you felt getting off to that kind of start.
No, obviously it felt good. It feels like all the work you put in. It's great to get off to a start like that. But, I mean, we know we're human, and we know it's baseball, and the baseball gods has got a habit of throwing you some curveballs that you got to try to overcome, you know?
Right.
It's just like, my outing, I went through a stretch where I struggled, I think I went at one point like 5 complete games in a row and won all 5, but after that my arm kind of went down the tubes a little bit. I didn't have nothing, I felt it was just a appendage on the side of my body. I could.
Well, what do you think?
It was weird.
Well, what was the reason for that?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's like dead arm type thing, and what we end up having to do is kind of change up what we do in between to try to give it the extra rest. Don't overtax it. Don't overdo it. And let it kind of try to rebound. And then right before the All-Star break, I was 11-2 at the break and didn't make the All-Star team because I struggled mightily. Me and Schilling both did. And Bobby picked John Smoltz to be on the squad. But I tell you what, I needed the break. I needed those 3 days or more to let my body recoup a little bit. Some people will handle things at different times. You got to read your body, and that's what's so amazing about Nola and stuff, what he's done over the past 5 years, the starts that he'd make. I mean, it's a credit to him knowing what he needs to do and them tweaking stuff during the course of the season to keep him to where he's like that, to maintain it. But you go through, spots during the season where you struggle, and that's what cost me, in my season why my ERA went up. I had that one stretch, and then I pulled a groin and missed like 3 or 4 starts.
Okay.
I didn't have as many starts, and then my last 5 starts I won and pitched really well, and through the last August and September. And that's when it really counted, and that's what Fugosi told me. He says, "Hey, we need you back healthy, not because I come back and started limping one game, and I was in line for the win against St. Louis, with a 5-1 lead in the 5th with 1 out, and he come out and took the ball from me. He said, "We need you." He said, "I'm not hurting." He said, "But you're limping," and
right.
I said, "I'm not taking any chances. We need you for the home stretch, because I was starting to pitch well again. You know what I mean?"
Yeah.
So that type of thing. So Rangers, he had a clunker. It's a horrible thing to see that happen yesterday. I'm just glad they're saying there's nothing broken.
Yeah, they're saying it's just a contusion. So, I mean, it could have been a lot worse. Every Sunday throughout the baseball season, we go on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene, brought to you by Blitz's Markets. Tommy, we're talking about the All-Star team. Really, I mean, we don't really – what do we do in radio? Usually we criticize and nitpick about things that the play. But this team's firing on all cylinders. It almost looks too easy to them. Obviously, it's not, but they look like they're having fun. So we're talking about today, what players do you think will make the All-Star team from the Phillies?
Well, I mean, judging by the first half, right off the top of your head, the power numbers are not there, but Alec Bohm had a pretty good first half so far.
Right.
He's kind of dwindled off a little bit later, but what's kind of hurt him a little bit here, he's starting to throw the ball around a little bit defensively.
Two more errors last night.
Yeah, I know. It's been sort of a week. I was waiting for y'all to take the noose out from around your neck this week because they went 3-3 and they didn't have a winning week.
Yeah, right.
You have those things, but the good thing, they were in ball games and they had a chance to do things. They just went through a little slide a little bit where they faced some hot teams, and like we talked about earlier in the year, they were complaining about we're not playing the strength of schedule or playing winning teams and stuff like that. But when we caught the Rockies and the Giants, both of them were like 8-2 for the last 10 games, and we caught them on a hot stretch and pitching well, and look what they did. So that's what we talk about. You can look at winning teams and stuff like that. It's all about who's hot at the time. So
right. Tommy, it's Nick here. I'm the Shuby of the day today on the show. So I gotta ask you about Castellanos. He's really started to pick it up the past couple of games. He's hitting 3 straight.
Yeah.
What do you think it is? Why he's so streaky? Do you think it's his approach at the plate? Does he do something different when he gets on these hot streaks?
Well, I tell you, I look at his numbers and stuff, and I start looking I was looking at him today. I do the last 7 games, last 7 days,
right?
Because we talk every week, right?
Yep.
And I look at his numbers, and he hit 250 for the week. It's better than what he's been doing, 200 and whatever. He's starting to climb a little bit. But the thing that sticks out to me, he didn't walk one time this past week. He didn't have a base on balls. That means he's a hacker. He swings.
Yeah.
He swings the bat. Sosa swings the bat. He's another one. So in the old adage, we talk about the Latin guys, the Dominican guys who come, they didn't get off the island by walking. They swing, they're aggressive, and that's what Castellanos is. He's aggressive, but it seems like he's a little better this year than he was before. And and they don't seem to be striking out quite as much as he did before. But now it's all about the quality of contact when he does that. He went through a stretch there where he was hitting. When he was hitting the ball, he was hitting it pretty good, but he was hitting it at people. And that's just as pitchers say. The opposing pitcher was saying, "Hey, hard hang with him, hang with him, pal." And that's what we do. But if that's the piece, I think if we can get hot. He goes through a stretch where he can get hot. It's going to make a difference in the middle of that lineup. Because this past week, I was looking at it. I was one game in particular where 3, 4, 5 went like 0 for 14 or something like that. During the game. So when you start doing that and you're striking out and we got to have the middle of that lineup doing something. Want somebody. You know what I mean? But we just went a few games during the course of this past week where we just went cold, and that stuff happens.
Good.
Yeah. Good morning, Tommy. So Obviously, it's unfortunate to see Ranger go down last night. Of course, it seems like it's not too serious of an injury, thankfully. But we saw Spencer Turnbull come in and pitch lights out for 3 innings and just step right in like he wasn't pulled from the starting lineup to begin with. So my question is, how important is it to have such great depth for that starting pitching? Where should Ranger have to miss a game or two? I mean, we got a guy like Spencer Turnbull who can step right back in and pitch lights out.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it earlier during the year. It's the key to, this club and any club, is your health overall. Not missing anybody for an extended period of time. That's what hurts about Turner, but that's what's so great of what this team has done. People have stepped in and come in and next man up type attitude. Sosa's filled in adequately. I mean, bad gotten hot. He's a little down this week in his past 7 days, but he's had some big games, and hitting it. I mean, doing the job and filling in nicely, So, but the biggest thing is just health in general, not missing your key cogs, for an extended period of time. But that's, baseball's got a weird way of challenging you during the course of the season, and we hate to see injuries that way. And that's what I pray for this team, just to stay healthy, to give them a chance to take the post every day and let it lie on the field rather than listening in the training room, But that's with the guys that are filling in. I couldn't be prouder, as being a fan. So
yeah, they're doing a great job. And of course, Baltimore's pitcher, one of their top aces, went out with a Tommy John injury the other day.
Was Burns, wasn't it?
Yeah, Burns.
Yep.
So I mean,
Burns.
Yeah, it's just like you got to stay lucky.
Was it?
I think it was Burns. Yeah, was it? Nick will look that up.
It was the left-hander, wasn't it? I think, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me. That'd be a big hit if it was the guy they got from Milwaukee.
You got to keep your fingers crossed that you stay healthy. I mean, that's the key. Look at Atlanta, but they seem to. I mean, Spencer Strider goes out, and all of a sudden Chris Sale emerges as like their ace. They just picked him up from the Sox last year.
Well, Chris Sale's always had the stuff to do it, but it's like you say, it's all about the health. And he's been fighting injuries for the last 3 or 4 years or more. And but he's gotten healthy, and he's throwing the ball as good as he ever has. And he threw a clunker yesterday. That's just the nature of the beast, man. I mean, you're not going to be those guys who do it in and out and don't throw a clunker. I mean, that's sort of like DeGrom went through that period where he just. I mean, it was like every time he took the mound, I don't think it was like he didn't give up a run or anything. It was unbelievable to watch guys like that with the stuff and not, not making mistakes, really. And that's a credit to them because they've worked hard to do that, to repeat what they do well as a pitcher, and that's the key, And that's what made Ranger so effective. And to his last start, what was the key to his? Well, you look at the line, he walked 4 guys, started his command wasn't quite as good. He was missing over the plate a little bit more, and they took advantage of it. So, and that's when you start giving up hits and with extra runners on base, and that stuff happens.
It was John Means.
John Means.
Yeah,
that's
Means. He went out.
Yeah, it was a left-hander.
Yep.
It was a left-hander.
All right, Tommy Greene. Today we got Taijuan Walker on the hill. He's a 3-1. His record is 3-1 with a 5.51 ERA, a little elevated. He seems to always have 1 or 2 innings where he blows up. But he seems like he knows what he wants to do, but he always has trouble with that 1 or 2 innings.
Yeah, and sometimes that's just the way it is. You remember watching Glavine back in the day. The first couple of innings, he was giving up runs, and that's where he gave up his runs at. If he gave up any runs, if he gave up 2 or 3 runs, it was always in the first inning or second inning, right there. And then once he got in, started looking, he got in that groove. If you didn't get him out early, he was there for the rest of the game. You know what I mean? So he shut you down, and then they got a way of coming back. The Braves are always like that, but that's the key. Walker's got the he's probably almost say reinventing himself, because when he come into the league, he threw pretty good. Now it's not about the velocity. He's got different pitches. I don't know how much he uses his fastball anymore, if any. You don't see it a lot. He uses his cutter. He changes speeds, and it comes down to location. Now, when he starts missing over the plate, that split or whatever he throws starts staying up a little bit, that's when he gets hurt.
Yeah.
But it all comes down to the walks, not putting guys on, because he's going to give up some hits, but it's all about the walks and him not putting extra men on base. And that's a huge thing.
Well,
That's a huge day.
and the Phillies go for a sweep of the Cardinals tonight. First pitch at 7:10. Tommy Greene. We look forward to that, and we look forward to talking with you each and every Sunday throughout the baseball season. As always, Tommy, thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
You got it, my friend.
All right, there he is, Tommy Greene. Every Sunday we go on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene, sponsored by Blitz's Market in Ocean City, located at 21st and Asbury Avenue. Try their famous breakfast sandwiches, hoagies, gourmet burgers, and vegetarian options. Online ordering is available at blitzesmarkets.com or give them a call at 609-399-9983. Start your day off with Blitz's freshly squeezed orange juice. Mention the locker room and get $1 off their 12 ounces of liquid sunshine. That's Blitz's Markets, 21st and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Say hello to Dave and Joe Newman. All right, the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to Center City and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give the Ocean City office a call at 609-399-1227. Now, just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But are you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll wrap up hour number one. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim right here on 97.3 ESPN.